Hello everyone, it's Edward from Ideal Direct Home Improvements, and today I want to talk a little bit about the Dricore product that you can buy in the big box stores and the Subfloor and how we do it on top of the concrete. Just to take a look, I have a few of the products here from Dricore. Right here is the most popular item, I suppose, that everybody's using out there. It's basically a plastic sheet that's stamped and allows all the airflow and any moisture that's trapped into the concrete to flow around beneath your plywood sub. This is their 2x2 panel with the tongue on both sides and the groove on two other sides. So this is the one with the plastic laminated sheet. Wanted to show you the other product that they have. This here is styrofoam, and what they basically did is they channeled out the styrofoam, so again it has the same function as the one with the plastic stamped sheet on it. It adds a little bit of art value. Again, it has the tongue on the two sides and the groove on the two sides. These panels are 2 feet by 2 feet. There's 4 square feet in each panel. Let's talk about cost. This panel here with the insulation is a little bit more expensive than the other. Break it down in terms of square footage cost, you're looking at more or less $1.80 to say $1.90. This panel here is about $1.50 per square foot if you break down. Let's take a look at how we do it and the cost. When we do a subfloor in a basement, we use rolls of the Delta MS product. This product here, it's great for us. It works well. We've been doing this system for over 20 years. We buy it in the 65-foot long rolls by 6'6", 320 square feet in a roll. So it's a big area that it can cover in one roll itself without having so many seams. When we use the Delta MS product, we use 4x8 sheets of plywood. This plywood here has the tongue and groove. This is just a piece that I cut and we have just for the video. It has groove on the one side and then the tongue on the other side. When we do the subfloor the way we do it, with using the Delta MS product and using the spruce plywood product, the cost per square feet, when we break it down, comes out to about $1.40 a square foot. If you use the OSB plywood, the 4x8 sheets with the same product, the Delta MS, it comes out to about $1 a square foot. So we're doing projects in bigger scale and we're using bigger materials, 4x8 sheets of plywood, 65-foot long rolls of the Delta MS. When you do that, you're gonna save money. This is the most cost effective. Like, we're talking that we're not using OSB, we're using premium tongue and groove spruce plywood, and we're still cheaper than the Dricore, and it's a much more better system. When we do it with the Delta MS, we tape up the seams, and you can see that in our video. So it's a much better system, more cost effective. These two products, the way we do it, you're talking $1.40 a square foot here, and this is $1.49 a square foot here. And this is OSB. When we do our subfloors with the OSB, comes out to $1 a square foot. So imagine the cost savings. Anyways, I hope this helps you understand the cost difference in how we do it. So let's talk about the pros and the cons. Let's take a look, right? I would definitely say the pros to these prefab sheets are they're smaller, easier to work with, easier to carry. If you're doing it by yourself, it's kind of nice because, yeah, it has the two systems all ready to go. With having, your barrier here and then your OSB. This is OSB. They don't claim to use any special type of plywood or treatment on it, although it kind of looks like, I don't know, maybe it's varnished or something. I could be wrong. This is easy to do because the panels are easier to work with. They're smaller. So when these connect, you have 2x2 squares. And again, yeah, you have to tap it in nice and snug. So that's great, regardless of, how they click in together with the tongue and groove system that they have. I would still fasten this down with Tapcons. I would definitely not just put this together and let it float. I would fasten it down, and fastening it down with having the 2x2 squares, I would have to say and to think that I would put one screw right in the middle. Hopefully that's okay. When we screw down and fasten our plywood, the 4x8 sheets, we have a system that's set up and it's been proven for over 20 years, and we put a little bit more than just one screw in a sheet of plywood. The other benefit to this, I would have to say, you don't have to play around with a roll of Delta mesh or, you know, the raised membrane, the dimple membrane. That's basically what this is. This is Delta mesh. It's just the manufacturer. This is simply a dimple membrane. It has a cup side to it, which is always installed up, and the dimple side down, as you can see in our videos. The one con that I would have to say with using these panels, I would definitely have to be worried, and I'd have to say that when you use these panels and they interlock together with the system that they have, you can't tape up any seams of the plastic. So if there is any moisture or anything in the concrete, or you have a little bit of a basement leak, water is going to come up to the OSB because you can't tape this. It's laminated. By the time the tongue screws connect, that's it. You're done. You can't tape up that plastic. So every 4 square feet, you're going to have seams everywhere. And seams that you're not really creating any kind of barrier. So if there is any water or any moisture, it will eventually come up because you can't tape this. When we do the Delta mesh, we're using larger rolls and there's way less seams. If there's a seam, because we're laying down the Delta mesh first, we tape it up with the blue tuck tape like you can see in the video. With these panels, you can't do that. So what's a better system? You have to think about it. And to me, using the 4x8 sheets of plywood, it does a much, much better job. It's a bigger sheet. If you have, you know, any high and low spots, this will help create a straighter floor. And then we fasten it with the Tapcons, like you can see in our video. I hope this video helps you understand the different ways of doing the subfloor. So when we're doing a basement like this one here, if you can take a look, we use the 4x8 sheets and we fasten down the plywood. And this is beautiful because if there's any highs and lows or any dips or anything like that, which every basement has, using the 4x8 sheets of plywood, it helps take out any indifference. And you take a look, so that's your 2x2 Dricore panel compared to our system. Let's take a look at the pros and the cons with the system the way we do. The Delta mesh, larger rolls, lot less seam, has a great system, the dimple and the cups. We love it. We've been using it for over 20 years. Use 4x8 sheets of plywood, which are a lot bigger, cover more area with just one sheet. That's the pro to it, and then we fasten it down. The only con that I would say with our system is that the sheets are 4x8. They're a little bit bigger. When you do a subfloor, the way we do it, you need somebody to give you a hand to bring down, you know, to carry the sheets because they're a little bit heavier. People ask about the issue of when you drill, you know, your Tapcon, your hole to install your concrete fastener. If you're worried about any moisture coming up through one hole in a sheet of plywood, think about this and not being able to tape this up. And if there's moisture that's going to come through the tongue and groove, you think about that. That's pretty much the only con I would say to this system. Another pro I would have to say is that because we're using bigger sheets, if you have any high and lows, you know, not major, but slight little imperfections in the concrete, your 4x8 sheets are going to be able to straighten out the floor just a little bit better as opposed to the 2x2 panels. So there you have it, the pros and the cons, very simple. Let's talk again about the cost. Using the premium spruce plywood is cheaper than using the OSB Dricore with the plastic on it. Okay? This system is cheaper than this system. If you're using OSB 4x8 sheets, it's much cheaper. Like I said, it's $1 per square foot. If you're using the Delta or any dimple membrane, it comes out more or less to be about $1 a square foot with the tongue and groove 4x8 sheets of OSB. $1 a square foot. This here is more or less $1.50 a square foot. So knowing the cost, you can do it yourself, break it down per square feet, you know, go online, check prices, and so on. I hope this video helped you decide on which system to use. Every system and every product has pros and cons. You just have to weigh out and see what's best. And I hope you check out our how to install a subfloor on top of concrete. It was one of the first videos that I ever made. I think we're getting better at it and we're gonna keep improving. Anyways, have a great day and thank you again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up. Take care.